Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, a very warm welcome to another episode of DashPod. I'm your host Amir Abdullah Khan. So as you have seen a previous episode of Ethical Ambassador Training Program and GIEP with Professor Syed Hussain Haider, now we have the guest who have done this program and entrepreneur successfully running her own online bakery with the name of Oven Studio. She is not only a chef by finishing her final year thesis of BS Public Health and working with dawoo company. Assalamu alaikum Mahnoor, कैसी हैं आप?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. आप मुझे भी ये बताइएगा कि आपको क्या challenges face करने पड़े हैं Ethical Ambassador Training Program के through और आपको कोई चीज़ lag की है इस tenure के दरमियान, आप मुझे बता सकती हैं?
I started this program back in 2023, 2022 I think, end of 2022. And I was a very shy person. I used to live under a shell. बस यूनिवर्सिटी से घर से यूनिवर्सिटी था और कुछ भी बस बिजनेस था साथ, मगर वो भी ऑनलाइन था तो इसलिए I didn't have to face a lot of people. When I started this program, I had to face a lot of people and a lot of people from different backgrounds. बहुत diversity थी इसमें. तो जब मैंने ये start किया तो I lacked confidence. I was a very shy person. I couldn't even talk to other people. Maybe I don't know how I'm sitting here right now.
Okay, no, you feel comfortable. Don't worry. It will be very honored to have you in my show.
No, I'm so glad to be here today. Okay. But the challenges that I faced, एक तो मैं बहुत ज़्यादा lack करती थी confidence मुझ में, I couldn't communicate what I wanted, what I wanted to say. I couldn't even raise my hand to answer a question. So Sir Haider used to point me out and ask me to do the recitation, start the day, do the presentations. He used to point me out. And then this was the biggest challenge. And then, UNODC is such a huge platform. And we have been in classes and then going this big was huge for me. And then other challenges that I faced were, I think, when I want, how we all want to bring a change, but the resistance to change in the people of Pakistan, बच्चों में, बड़ों में बहुत मुश्किल होती है. आपने अगर change लाना है, you have to have it in yourself first and then you can bring it in others. मगर वो जो resistance है ना, वो उसको तोड़ना, उसको एक wall को break करना,
Actually, I think when you leave your comfort zone, it is very matter to you as a person, as a student. ये आपके लिए बहुत बड़ी achievement होती है जब आप comfort zone से निकलते हैं. So as you talk about your oven studio, tell us about the viewers how is going initiate, कैसे लिया आपने और आप इस तरफ कैसे आई हैं? या मुझे बता.
I started oven studio when we were under lockdown, COVID में. कुछ भी करने को नहीं था. I had just started my university. It was 2020 का, I think March था, तब lockdown लगा था. So I just knew that I didn't want to waste myself or my time in doing nothing. I wanted to explore myself. I watched a couple of videos, what to do, how to do, and I started photography. I had a page for photography, not for portraits and stuff, for like nature ki photography. And then I started, I cycled, I rode my bike a lot, like miles and miles. And just like that, I started doing arts. I used to order canvases online, different kinds of paints, and started doing that, but I couldn't do a lot in that. And then my mother suggested that, why don't you start baking? I was like, I was that girl who never set foot in the kitchen.
Oh, the big challenge for you.
Yeah, I was like, sure, I'll try, but I was like, I don't think that's my thing. I didn't even have an oven back then. But then I was like, Mama, can you buy me an oven? Because I didn't have any kind of money. I just had the pocket money, obviously. So I remember wearing 2 masks, gloves, and going to a big electronics market in Lahore, getting an oven. I remember we came back at 10 and I asked my brother to just install it right away. I baked my first cake that very day. And then since then I started enjoying baking. It was very therapeutic for me. Because I wouldn't say that COVID days weren't depressing. They were very depressing. So whenever I started feeling depressed, I used to bake. So
it means it's your skill.
Yeah.
It's your skill.
Yeah.
by the nature, it's a skill. Okay, nice.
And then, at one point, our dining table used to be like full with baked goods that I baked. Then my parents were like, okay, you need to stop. That's a lot of stuff. We cannot eat all of that. So and at that time we couldn't share it with our friends.
It means you are a foodie as well, or not?
I'm not a foodie. I'm not a foodie, but I love to bake. I don't know how. But then what I did was I started sharing with my neighbors. That was the closest people I could give it to. So then I had a really good feedback. I didn't ask for feedback, but I started getting really good reviews. So इसी तरह I was like, why not convert my passion into business and profits and stuff. So I told my parents I wanted to do this, and they took it very lightly कि अच्छा बच्ची है business करना. And I'm telling you, there's nobody in my family who does a business. Like I was the first one.
You're the first one. Yeah. You're an inspiration. Okay, for your cousins as well, for the students as well. Okay. So viewers and students, watch. It's very important.
So that's how I started. Then I started figuring out the name. I wasn't very keen on this name, but I was like, okay, nobody else has this, so I'll go with it. I did that. I selected this name, the Oven Studio, and the tagline, "Happiness is homemade." And then later on, I realized that every homemade baker had this tagline, "Happiness is homemade." Then I was like, I should change it. I kept on thinking. I kept on thinking. Then I came up with this tagline, "Let's rise to the top." Rise is like baking with rice we have, and then rise in your life as well. Then I went with that. Now that's my tagline. So yeah, that's how it started.
Oh, nice. It means that you will teach me some cooking.
Oh, hopefully. Okay. Baking class.
Okay, baking class. Okay. Second question, ma'am. As a student, how will you enjoying the UNODC programs, webinars, seminars, projects? Will you share some projects you have done with UNODC?
Sure. So the first project that I got was a conference in Mexico. It was last year this time. Last year this time. And it was a good practice forum. Two of us were selected from the first batch of EATP, and it was me and Umar, my fellow ethics ambassador, and we both were selected to attend a good practice forum in Mexico, where we talked about how we can incorporate business integrity into education, and how we can promote business integrity through education actually. So we 3 countries were selected for that, Kenya, Mexico, and Pakistan. 3 of us went there, and it was so enlightening. It was such an enlightening session because we got to learn the challenges that Kenya faces, that Mexico faces, and what are the tools and techniques they have been using to overcome them. So that was the first one. And then the second one was in Qatar, Doha. I was selected as a trainer to train the youth to how to ensure business integrity in startups. So that was very fun.
It is quite challenging for you.
It was very challenging.
You are a shy person, and you are as a speaker.
And there were 80 participants.
80 participants. Okay.
Yeah.
How was your feeling at that time?
Oh, it was very nerve-wracking. But I was excited because that was my first, as a trainer, first project. Otherwise, we have been sitting in the audience and listening to trainers. But this time, I was a trainer.
And students were listening to you.
Yeah, that was very, very. It was encouraging. Okay. But it was, again, I was very.
Okay. My question is, now you are shy or not?
I think I've changed. My Sir Haider says I've changed. I have a 60-degree shift now, but I still feel I'm a very shy person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir Haider ने आपको कितना support किया इस situations में?
Sir Haider has been the professor everybody needs in their life, I think. I still remember the day I had the interview with Sir Haider for this EATP program. I had an interview and I had a test, and then entry test, and then an interview. I went with my friend. I was like, I'll just escape the room some way or the other, and I'm not gonna appear in the interview. That's how shy I was. And but my friend was like, it's okay, we'll just come out after the interview, after the entry test. हमने टेस्ट लिखा, वो सारा कर दिया, सबमिट करा दिया. उसके बाद Sir Haider is a kind of a person who brings out the best in you. He knows the potential you have and he knows how to bring it out.
Exactly.
And he encouraged me. He was like, what do you do? He asked me a couple of questions, and it was nothing related to ethics and stuff. It was related to me and how I have, what's my journey. And when he got to know I'm a chef, he was like, chef, public health, they don't relate at all. And I was like, yes, that's my passion, that's my profession. So yeah, he's an amazing person, and I'm blessed to have him as a teacher.
Ma'am, BS Public Health, you talk about BS Public Health. It is a good degree?
Yes. In Pakistan, we don't, I think this, it's an emerging field, I would say. Because public health is related to prevention and stuff, and it's not related to the clinical side of the disease. We work on the prevention, we work on the SOPs, just like they were created for corona. So I would recommend it. It's a really good field. I'm from the pioneer batch of public health. So it was masters पहले होता था इसमें, bachelors नहीं होता था. तो अब bachelors का I was one of the very first batches.
So, as you talk about dawoo company, you have internship with dawoo company. Share some experiences about dawoo company.
Sure. dawoo, once I graduated from Eatp, the program, I was offered an internship at dawoo. It was an enlightening, that those 7-8 months were very enlightening. I worked as an HR intern and as ethics ambassador. I wrote a success story that I presented in the UNODC, at the Mexico. Good Practice Forum conference. And I supported all the UNODC trainings while I was at dawoo. The risk mitigation trainings, the leadership, leading with integrity training, stress management, conflict resolution, all the trainings with Sir Haider, of course. And those 7-8 months groomed me professionally and personally. So it was an amazing.
Is there any future goals with the UNODC, or you have something?
Of course, I would love to work with them in the future as well. I'm still working with them. I have this, we created a global network for ethics ambassadors, where Kenya, Mexico and Pakistan, all the ethics ambassadors from these 3 countries are a part. And we still discuss on how to mitigate corruption, how to work on prevention for corruption. So we are still working on it.
You talk about corruption.
Yeah.
What do you think about corruption in Pakistan? Quite difficult?
Yeah, corruption is at its peak in Pakistan, at every level. I cannot blame the top management or the lower management. Every single person, in some way or the other. I think students ho gaye,
every profession, every department,
every human being, I think, is involved in corruption, some kind of corruption.
Okay, as a girl, you started a oven studio. So, is there any message you talk about to the girls that उनको भी initiate लेना चाहिए, आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, women's empowerment के बारे में बात करनी चाहिए? So, आप कुछ message देना चाहें, आप बिल्कुल दे सकती हैं.
I think just start it. जो भी आपको business करना है, business, I'm not talking about any business. I'm talking about anything that you want to do. Just start it. Just initiate it. हाँ, शुरू में मेरे पास भी कोई investment नहीं थी. I didn't want to take money from my parents. अभी भी मेरे पास कोई ऐसी investment नहीं होती या कोई funds मुझे नहीं मिल रहे होते कि मेरे पास कोई international investors हैं. शुरू में बहुत challenges आते हैं. शुरू में नहीं, your life is the name of a struggle. So struggle ज़रूर आते हैं, but वो struggle से learn करना हमारा काम होता है, mistakes से learn करना हमारा काम होता है. अब I remember I used to get trolled so much, क्योंकि अगर अभी भी आप देखो, I have been working on my page, on my Insta page for 4 years now, but I have 500 to 600 followers, and that's that's not big at all.
That's not big.
That's not big.
But as a startup, it is enough. I think it is enough.
Yeah, but you know, when I see people my age getting started like a year ago or like few months ago, and they have like 5,000 followers, I'm like, what? Like, I'm glad that those 500 to 600 followers are organic followers, but I also want like to, you know, to jump into
Actually, there is a human nature.
Yeah.
That if you have Nokia 33, it is just cost of 4,000.
Yeah.
You will have now I want this one, now I want this one.
Yeah.
So it is human nature, and I know, okay, hopefully you get millions in followers in the Instagram. Don't worry. Share some Instagram posts or share some Instagram pages with our viewers.
Studio. Yeah. It's the only one in Pakistan with the only name.
A brand now.
And I'm, you know, challenges साथ साथ आते रहते हैं, बट टैकल करना आपको एक सपोर्टिव फैमिली का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि माई फैमिली हैज़ बिन वेरी सपोर्टिव. यू नो, आई रिमेंबर आई यूज़ टू डिलीवर माई लाइक 350 के कपकेक्स. मुझे आई रिमेंबर माई फर्स्ट ऑर्डर वाज 350 के कपकेक्स, और आई यूज़ टू डिलीवर इट ऑन सिविक, एंड यू नो पीपल यूज़ टू बी लाइक कि यू आर स्पेंडिंग लाइक सो मच मोर पेट्रोल रादर देन यू नो गेटिंग मोर मनी आउट ऑफ द ऑर्डर. तो वो मुझे उसके लिए भी बहुत ट्रोल अभी भी किया जाता है कि मैं पूरा लाहौर डिलीवर करती हूँ, खुद डिलीवर करती हूँ, क्योंकि आई एम द पर्सन हु लाइक्स टू गेट द जॉब डन फ्रॉम A to Z. इंग्रेडिएंट्स लेने से लेके डिलीवर करने तक मुझे सारा काम खुद करना.
Why you are not hiring a team?
My family is my like they are unpaid employees.
Okay, fine. No, you have a brother. You told me before.
Yeah. Like mama, baba, like my mom is my creative director, my father is my financial advisor, my brother is my delivery guy.
You have a team, massive team.
Unpaid employees.
It's nice. Yeah. Okay, if you want to say about ethical ambassador training program, so students को क्या चाहिए, वो किस तरह यहाँ तक अचीव कर सकते हैं अपने आप को, ethical ambassador program किस तरह कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, सर हैदर के साथ किस तरह कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, तो आप शेयर कर सकते हैं.
इसके आपकी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में अभी हमारे पास 3 यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, UOL है, लम्स है और UCP है. इन 3 यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के हम बच्चे अभी आ रहे हैं और हम इसको एक्सपैंड कर रहे हैं, जैसे सर हैदर ने भी हमें बताया था. हम इस और यूनिवर्सिटीज़ इसमें इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं, एंड देन वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से स्प्रेड हो रहा है, और हम इसके सोशल मीडिया पे काफ़ी कैंपेन्स कर रहे हैं कि इसमें और ज़्यादा लोग अट्रैक्ट हो सकें. अब हम जैसे ट्रेनिंग्स करते हैं, मल्टी स्टेक होल्डर ट्रेनिंग्स होती हैं विद ऑल द बिग कंपनीज, स्पॉन्सर कंपनीज़. तो उनके साथ जब हम ट्रेनिंग्स करते हैं तो उसमें भी हम इसके बारे में बहुत प्रमोट करते हैं, ताकि उनके जो जूनियर्स हैं, इंटर्न्स हैं, उनको पता चले. और फिर अभी हमने जैसे निशात में की थी, आई थिंक रिस्क मिटिगेशन की थी ट्रेनिंग, उसमें निशात में 5 इंटर्न्स उन्होंने हायर किए हुए थे. तो वो इंटर्न्स दे वर वेरी इंटरेस्टेड, फिर दे केम टू मी आफ्टर द ट्रेनिंग एंड देन दे टुक ऑल द इन्फॉर्मेशन. तो वो इस तरह से वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से सोशल मीडिया के थ्रू हम इसको प्रमोट कर रहे हैं.
Now we wind up the podcast. Okay, so any message you want to say to the public, or the audience, to the students, teachers, your teachers, your mentors?
I would like to say that change is hard to bring, but take the first step. Yes, you will face a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles, barriers from your friends, families, your colleagues, but if you know it in your heart that it's the right thing to do, then just do it.
May Allah bless her with a good success, happiness in your life, and hopefully your own studio is a big brand now. So give people ease, Allah will ease you definitely. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.